Hey everyone, this is Mr. Sexton, and I wanted to show you about one of the cool simulations that we can do as scientists. And this one has to do with understanding and studying gravity and orbits. So I'm going to share my screen here just for a second, and I will show you one of the things that you're going to work on by yourself. Here's a little introductory video. So if you go to your class, you'll see your peek at the week. And then we want you to open up this week's folder, January 27th to February 2nd, Gravity and Orbits Lab. And then you'll see this assignment that has a discussion. So it says Gravity Simulation Discussion, and it's in the January 27th through 3rd folder. I'm going to go ahead and click on this. And right now you're watching the video on how to navigate the Gravity and Orbits Lab simulator. And I'm going to show you the directions to your discussion. First, you're going to watch the video. Hey, that's with me. I'm in it. You're going to click on the PHET simulation link. This comes out of the University of Colorado at Boulder, and it's amazing. We're going to explore the simulation, and as we're doing that, we're investigating, we're going to consider a few things we're going to think about. Then we're going to investigate. This is a fancy way of saying that you get to run an experiment. And we want to know what did you notice? What did you observe? What happened as a result of it? And then also, what do you wonder? What questions do you have as a result? Then you're going to post a comment into the Schoology discussion. We have included sentence frames. These are sentence starters. So you have option 1, as I was investigating the simulation, I noticed, and you could fill that in. And then what is a connection that you made to our learning? And you'd also write that in. Another option is to say, when I was investigating the simulation, I wondered. And then one thing I tested was. A little extension is where we can read other people's comments and we can add to what's already there. And there's a reminder here in a link called the ABC protocol. For now, I'd like to go ahead and get started with the PHET simulation link. I'm going to open that up. And I'm going to click on the model where it says gravity and orbits. Now the fun part. Right now, what we have pictured here is the sun, and this small little dot over here is the Earth. So we could call this the Sun-Earth system. We want to figure out something. We want to investigate, or plain language, we want to just try things and see what can we learn from it. Another system you could do is the Sun, Earth, and Moon system, or just the Earth and Moon. And lastly, the Earth and the satellite. One thing over here is you can zoom in or out by toggling or moving this right here. Personally, I kind of like it right in the middle for that one. When you go to run a simulation, you can change the speed in fast forward, normal, or slow motion. And over here, this refresh button allows you to try another trial. Now we're going to have you run an experiment. I'm going to go to the Earth-Moon system. And just so I can learn a little bit, I'm going to have the gravity on. And I'm going to look at the gravitational force. What this means right here is that the moon, since it has mass, it has its own gravity. And the Earth has a lot of mass, it's bigger, and it has even more gravity. So the Earth is attracting the moon, and the moon is attracting the Earth. Watch what happens when we send it into orbit. And over here, it'll share how long it takes for the moon to go all the way around the Earth and complete one cycle. And right now, just about I'm at 2 cycles. And then of course I can clear it and start over. Another thing I can do is look at the velocity of the moon. Now that's interesting to me. You math all-stars, you might notice something kind of cool about that red line coming from the moon. I could also watch the path when I do this. I'm going to go ahead and clear it right here as well. Start over. And now it's going to leave a little trace or trail of the orbit. The last thing I'll show you here is the grid view. You could do more than one as well at the same time. I find it kind of fun just to do one at a time. So far, my favorite thing that I want to learn about, or I already have some questions about, is what about this part here with I want to watch the path of the planet, and I'm going to do normal. I'm going to keep the mass normal. So the mass of one Earth and the mass of one moon, and I'm going to go ahead and run it. And I watch what happens. And I'm going to stop it. So here's the fun that I'm going to have. I'm going to run an experiment, and I can only change one thing. So I'm going to see what happens if I double the mass of the Earth. I'm going to keep everything else the same. And this is what's called a simulation. We can't really do this in real life, but with computers, we can make the Earth twice as massive and keep the moon the same. Let's clear it. Oops, it's clear already. So now go ahead and let's run it. Whoa. What just happened there? And now the days without the moon just keep going and going. So I better stop it. I'm going to clear it. And then I've noticed that I have to do the refresh and now go back to that same thing, the Earth moon system. And did I really just see that happen? I'm going to go back. That seemed weird. Yep, sure enough, crashed again. I forgot to hit the little path because I wanted to watch that. So I'm going to start it up again and go Earth moon system. And I know it's going to crash when I double it. So what happens now if I change the mass to just 1.5 times? And I look at the path. Remember, I'm going to keep the moon the same mass. And we'll see what happens this time. Whoa. So the moon didn't crash into the Earth this time, but it looks like sometimes it's closer. Sometimes it's further away. Now, another fun thing you can do is go ahead and change that in real time. Watch what happens when I start changing the mass of the Earth. So by changing the mass of the Earth, that changes the orbit of the moon or the pathway of the moon. And then just for fun, let's see what happens if, whoa, when I decrease the size, or the mass, I should say, of the Earth, the moon just flew off. Well, I learned a lot, but what I'm going to do now is go ahead and go into my simulation, and I'm going to model this and just try this right now. So as I was investigating the simulation, I noticed, I don't know if this is going to work because I'm recording right now, but I'm going to try to just grab that and see if I can put that right in the, whoa. I noticed that when I doubled the mass of the Earth and kept the moon mass the same, I observed the moon crashed into Earth due to the increase in gravity of the Earth. Maybe you don't know all that, but hopefully you had a chance to do some figuring out, and then you get to share that with everybody. One connection I made to our learning is More massive objects have more gravity. Cool. Now, if I post that, then other students can learn from my experiment and see if maybe they got similar results or if they tried a different experiment. Maybe somebody else did the sun moon system, or maybe somebody else was studying, um, they changed something else that might be helpful. So I hope this helps you with your assignment and what to do. And we hope you have fun just trying some things out. And then, just like we do as scientists, communicating and sharing with others with what we learned. We thought this would be really fun for you to try on your own. Thanks for everything.